Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to the channel. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I'm sorry that I haven't been on for a while. Getting this building work sorted out. The good news is now got a builder lined up and he's coming to start in July, beginning of July. The other news is that I have now got 3 months to finish the bike, or because I've got to move it again because this garage is coming down. So welcome to the Honda Hornet Café Racer build. So this time we are going to put on I'm going to put on the headlight, and from eBay, because it is a budget build, I have got some bits and bobs, sort of lightweight headlight brackets. I want it to look quite minimal. They were less than a tenner. A headlight bucket and an LED headlight. This was a bit more expensive with the bucket. It was about 90 quid, but it's a plug and play, so it's DOT marked, so it should go through a test no problem. And it all fits together without buying all the separate bits. I could have probably gone for an old style headlight with a bulb in it, but I like the idea of an LED. The headlight just clips in with these, look a bit like greenhouse glass clips, and what a pain in the arse they were to get in. Anyway, but they're in, so it hooks on the top of there, and then a couple of screws in the bottom which line up with them brackets there. So should be quite straightforward. And then once that's on, there's the hole for the cable, so I'll be able to get the cable tucked away out the back, so I will be able to shorten, don't move that down, so I will be able to shorten the cable that goes to the headlight, which is this one, and then all these other things which go to the handlebars both sides. I'll be able to sort all them out. So my idea for the headlight is to position that there so that the top of the headlight is about in line with the top of the petrol tank, so it's going to be quite low looking. It should still be okay for the cabling, and it's going to be quite close, so it probably stand about there actually by the time I get on the brackets. So I'm going to try and keep it in quite tight, and we'll see how it goes, see what it looks like. It's going to be a bit fiddly, so I won't be talking, I'll just try and get it together. So that's it on basically. The height's not bad, but the light for me is just a little bit too far forward. It's just sticking out a bit too much. So I think I've got two options. I can possibly move that hole to there, which is going to lift it slightly, or move that one to there, which is going to drop it slightly. And bring it in a bit tighter. I could possibly have moved that under there, but I don't know what the travel is on the suspension, so I don't want it hitting that bracket. The other, if I can move it to that hole and shorten it up a bit, that might be the way to go. Or I might have to drill a new hole and alter these little arms and get it pulled back. So I'll work out what I'm going to do, but I quite like the height. A little bit high actually, Yeah, really wants to be about there. Wants to be about there. So possibly dropping that down there will give me the right height. So I'll have a fiddle and try and see how that turns out. Faffed about for a little bit and put it onto there, and then just by letting that slide up and down and sort of scissoring allows me to move it in and out. But I think at that the height is quite nice. The angle looks something like the right angle, and there'll be enough room there for the clocks or clock. I do quite like the sort of minimal look of it. A bit disappointing that these aren't stainless, especially on the light. I mean, this was less than a tenner, so there's probably 10 quid's worth of stainless bolts in there, but I'll replace all them with stainless and that one. So all I've got to do now is cut them off, round them off, a little bit of spray on, and then so we'll just have little short arms. I haven't decided where the indicators are going to go, the front indicators yet, whether I go for end bar end ones or whether I go for a little stalky indicator which could come out of there a couple of places. Be quite neat. The headlight is on, but it's only resting in place, so I don't want to touch it too much because I guarantee it'll fall out and smack. But that is what it looks like. Quite nice, low. Okay, yeah. So the clock would fit nicely. Let's have a look, see if I've got something. So I'll probably cut that off. Well, I will be cutting that off because I've mounted the ignition down there now. You can imagine the clock goes on there. Will tuck in quite nicely. Something like that. So you imagine that the clock goes in like that. Give you an idea of what it looks like, only in the centre. So I shall cut these and then mount it up properly. There's enough room at the back to get the cable through without it really catching. That's them cut down. They'll need a bit of paint on the end, and I'm going to change the bolts for stainless bolts, but it is in and I think the angle's about right, so let's have a look. There we are. Looks quite good. Probably could have gone a little bit lower, but it would have really had to make, I think by the time the clock's on there, it should be fine. And it looks like that at the front. So quite nice overall effect. So these are gonna, I'll get some better sizes and some stainless bolts. Make that look a bit nicer. The cables there, I'll have to shorten all that. So what I'll probably do is start shortening some cables, get the lights, maybe get some of the switch gear on, and let you see what it looks like. I'll get the bike outside and give you an overall effect of what it looks like with the headlight on, and then I think that is going to be the last look. That is going to be the last look you get of the bike before it's painted and everything. We'll leave that as a bit of a surprise reveal. I'll show you bits and pieces that have been done, seats covered, tank painted, things like that, bits that are getting powder coated, but you won't see it overall of the bike until it's finished now. That's it for this time, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but I have also done a lot of tidying up on the wiring. The wiring is virtually finished. There's a couple of little bits to do, the side stand switch and the rear brake switch, but most of the wiring is ready to be all cable tied in, so that's a good job. And it, as you can see, there's been a lot of wiring. I thought I was nearly finished, but there's a lot done. As promised, there's some photographs of the bike as it is, and these will be the last photographs of the complete bike until it's finished now, so you're gonna have to wait and see. I have ordered a mudguard. I think I wasn't going to go for a mudguard, but I think it just looks a bit light at the front, so I've ordered a mudguard. That should be here any day, so next time I'll be fitting up the mudguard. Other stuff going on. I've got to get the tank sealed, and then it's ready to go get painted. There's a bit of work to do on the seat, and then that can go and be trimmed. Things like that going to come in fast. There's some powder coating bits, but most of it's coming along. And as I said, this garage has got to be down by the end of June. So the builder is hopefully turning up to build a new garage and the extension out there beginning July, early July. So hopefully not too late in July. And so this garage is going. So basically I've got 2 months. I'd like to have the bike running, and then I can ride it to wherever it gets stored, along with the other bike. So I will be having to get my finger out. Like, subscribe, press the bell notification. Sorry the videos are all over the place, but I will be having to bang out a few more in the next 2 months, and hopefully you'll be back and see how it all pans out. See you next time.